Good evening. Welcome to Pathway to Success. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Hunter, and to my right, I have two very influential, powerful young men in the studio this evening. We have Mr. Jaime Perez and Mr. Jimmy Tam. They're both with EXP Realty Company, and it's such a we're going to have a great show this evening. They're so inspirational. They're going to share with us their pathway to success, the many obstacles they've been through to get to where they are today. And so, welcome. Great having you both on Pathway to Success.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
We're so happy to have you in studio today. And I like that. EXP Realty. What does the E means? Is there, or it's just EXP? What?
There actually is no meaning to EXP. It was what was available in all 50 states across the country.
I like that. So there's no meaning. I like it because when I saw
So
EXP,
there's several meanings actually.
there's several meanings. I like it. I like that. But tell us about yourself. Who are you? Who is EXP? And what you really do and where are you from?
Sure, definitely. My name is Jimmy Tam, as you mentioned. I spent actually, prior to real estate, I got into real estate maybe 4 years ago. And prior to real estate, I spent about 20 years in human resources, recruiting, staffing, talent acquisition. So in the past, I was always helping people finding jobs and opportunity throughout the U.S. And after I left, after 20 years after I left human resources, I wanted to get into another industry that I feel that was very transferable skill set. And when I came across real estate, I realized that instead of in the past matching people to jobs and opportunities, now I'm matching people to homes. So to me, it was very transferable, and it was still helping people, which I really enjoy. So that's how I got into real estate.
I like that. Wow, human resources, and now you're matching people to homes.
Yes.
You must have a lot of homes. Were you always a person that is interested in real estate? Would you drive around sometimes looking at properties?
Yes, and in the past I will always, because I had a lot of friends that will always say, I'm looking at this property and so forth and so forth, and I would kind of, look at what may be available, and to see if, like I said, it was really to see what may be a good match from our perspective, because regardless, everyone has certain specs that they're looking for. Number of rooms, number of bathrooms, yard, pool, location. So everyone have to have those specific specs. So now we just go out to find what they're really targeting. So that's how that kind of works out.
Like that. Jamie.
Yes, sir.
You're part of the dynamic duo.
Yes, I am.
Can we rename them? No, I won't rename them. But Mr. Jimmy Perez, part of the dynamic duo, the winning team.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got started into real estate. What motivated you to step into this?
Well, my
as a broker?
original career was in the moving industry. I ran a very successful moving company for over 20 years. I decided that I wanted to change. I didn't feel like I was physically able to move furniture anymore. So I figured physically it would be easier to sell the homes versus move the homes. So I passed my business down to my son. He's still very successful at it today. He runs a very successful moving company here in South Florida called Suitable Movers, and very proud of him, by the way. And I took on the challenge of changing careers and getting into the real estate. Early in my career, came across Jimmy. We bumped heads at conventions, trying to learn content and systems that will help us further our career in the real estate industry. And we got along pretty good, and we've been joined at the hip ever since.
Oh, I like that. Now, with your moving company that you added down to your son, this tends to line up very well within the real estate business.
Yes.
Because let's look at it right here. A person purchases a home from you both.
Yes.
Right? They have furnitures that they need to move in.
Yes.
Then comes your son.
There you go.
So I like the connections with both of you. So you stepped out of the moving industry, got into real estate. You're a broker, right?
I'm an associate. Jimmy is the broker.
And Jimmy is a broker. And you got into this business. And what is the highest success point you have had so far? The highest satisfaction that you have whenever you see a person own a home?
Seeing the smile on their face when I hand them the keys, especially for a first-time home buyer, the expression on their face can never be forgotten. They will never forget it. The experience that they have with us at the closing table, when we pop that cork on that bottle of champagne to celebrate and give them their keys, it's you can't replace that emotion.
I gotta get the producer because they didn't give me champagne. They gave me a small cup with some water right here, and I'm saying, oh my word, my mouth just got I heard champagne. But what are some of the instructions? What are some things that people need to know in going out to purchase a home, and what are some of the they need to know, and what are some of the things that they need to look out for, that they're not being scammed into something that is not?
Well, first of all, you need to be prepared. That's rule number one. You have to have your loan in place. That is rule number one. If you're not prepared, especially in today's market, there's multiple offers going on properties in a matter of days of them going on the market. So hesitation is not even an option anymore. You must be prepared with the perfect loan in hand, so you're ready to make an offer when you find that perfect home.
Can I say something? There's a realist. Someone recently shared something that happened with them. A realtor wanted them to buy a home, right, without getting an inspection. Is that?
I would not recommend that.
Definitely would not.
U.S. professionals would never suggest that, right?
No.
No, definitely not. And I think going back to what Jimmy indicated, is when you are making sure the buyer is prepared in terms of having that loan, the first thing really is having a good lender and getting pre-approved, number one. Making sure that they are pre-approved for the loan, and also that their credit is up to where it needs to be from the loan perspective. Because if your credit, if you have the higher the credit that you have, the better the loan terms is going to be. Whether it's going to be a lower interest rate, and you have definitely more flexibility. But the first thing is, of course, is making sure that that is squared away before moving forward. But going back to your point, yes, definitely have a home inspection, because you never know what is underneath the roof per se. So you want to make sure everything is good before kind of moving forward.
I like that. Share with us what EXP. It's amazing. Realty. What is your organization? I know you're in the home, but you're virtual.
We are virtual, yes.
I've never heard of a virtual realty company in all my life. Tell us a little bit. Share with us.
We are the only virtual real estate company in the world. The first one
on pathway to success?
On the pathway to success.
That's amazing.
For a lot of your listeners and watchers, this will be the first time you've ever heard of it. We actually have the ability. We have a thing called the EXP World, where everything is virtual. All our classes are done. 40 to 60 hours a week are done online. You do it in the comfort of your home. You don't have to do your hair. You don't have to get dressed up. You don't have to look prettier for it or anything. You just do it right there in your living room, 40 to 60 hours a week. We have virtual offices where we can invite our customers into our virtual office. They can create themselves as an avatar as we are in the world. And you sit down at a virtual desk in our virtual office and have a virtual meeting with us, face to face, looking at each other as cartoon characters.
I love that. That's incredible. That's amazing. So you're the only company right now in the world that does that?
Yes.
You're outstanding.
Now, not only do we have locations throughout the U.S. in terms of our reach, we've been opening up internationally, even during COVID. So most recently we got into Japan and Germany, and we're looking at in 2021 to continue expanding into different countries as well.
So you're now in Japan and Germany?
Yes. Correct.
How's that going?
Amazing.
That's good.
We're expected to be in over 80 different countries in the next 7 years.
What about Jamaica? I was born in Jamaica. That'll be great.
I believe it is on our target.
You believe it? I like that, Jamie.
Yeah. If not, we'll make it.
I feel so comforted right here. Because I said, oh my word, the Caribbean, we need this. We need this.
Absolutely.
And what has been the response? Because a virtual realty what has been the response by the customers out there to your corporation so far?
Well, I'll tell you this though. I think anytime when you are working with the customer, they see you as the face of the company, right, from our perspective. even though we are virtual, we are still dealing with the buyer seller face to face, similar in this format. So they're really not missing anything outside of just our back office, right? Because our business is still relational. We're working with one buyer at the time, we're working with one seller at the time. So to me, that is more important from a standpoint that how we work together. Compared to, yes, do we need the office? Majority of time, no, because realtors, realistically, we are either working from home or at a customer site. So that's pretty much how that kind of works out.
I like that. That's amazing. This is the most interesting interview we have had. Do you have a lender? Do your company offer a lender also for persons who are looking to buy properties?
Yes, actually, myself and Jamie, we all work with multiple lenders, and multiple lenders to see what is the best option for the individual buyer from that perspective. So depending on the buyer, some buyers may come from whether they're first-time home buyers, whether they are first responders, whether they have different programs that may meet the requirements. So different lenders may have different things. So usually myself and Jamie, we have lenders that we work with, and these are all local lenders. So they're not lenders that are in different parts of the country that's hard for us to reach, whether by email or phone. These are people that live locally and they're lenders. So we need assistance. We can either go to their office, they're on the phone. So it makes it very easy for us to communicate.
That's good. I like that. I really like that. For those who want to purchase homes, you need to get in contact with Mr. Jaime Perez and Mr. Jimmy Tam of EXP Realty. You need to get in contact with them now. I think I don't know if we'll have your numbers running on the bottom of the screen. If you want to reach out to them, you need to get in contact with them. COVID-19. Oh my word! What an experience! It's like going on the Hulk. At Disney World. I stopped I decided not to do any more roller coaster rides for the rest of my life, But how have you fared with this this global epidemic that came across the world? Because so many corporations closed down. They've lost a lot of persons have lost even their own business.
Well, unlike most brokerages, we were prepared for this a long time ago. We've been a virtual company for almost 10 years already. So we were prepared for COVID almost 10 years ago. Most brokerages offices, they work out of their office. And they had to close their office because you're not allowed to have face-to-face contact. So you couldn't have your customers come into the office or anything like that. So we never missed a beat. We just used EXP World, create ourselves as avatars and our customers as avatars, and meeting them face-to-face in the EXP World. So we just never missed a beat. And on top of that, we have grown exponentially. What's the word? Exponentially?
Yes, exponentially.
Exponentially.
Yes.
I'm sorry. We've joined over 30,000 agents since the beginning of the pandemic, growing our company to over 60,000 agents worldwide.
That's great.
And this is all, and expanded in almost 20 countries in the middle of the pandemic.
During this COVID-19?
Yes.
Yes.
You have achieved all of this?
Yes.
Now, this is a true inspirational story
Yes.
this evening.
Absolutely.
You have inspired everyone that's watching us to another level.
Yes.
That no matter what is going on, if you're determined to work, if you have your eyes on the goal, you'll still make it.
You just have to take the leap.
That is true.
Like we always say, that if you always did what you always did, you're always going to get what you always got.
Okay. But you took the leap to success.
That's it.
What are some of the obstacles, realistically now, that you had to overcome to be the successful doer in this business?
Well, I think a lot of obstacles, similar to what you had indicate, in terms of, to me, is really mindset, right? And I think sometimes the mind plays tricks on you because when you have any type of, setback, you kind of revert back to, what you're comfortable with, that norm from our perspective. But I think is, once you have any type of challenge, I think it's important to continue to move forward, do little things to keep moving forward from our perspective, right? It's always one day at a time. And I think myself and Jamie, we can definitely attest to, is always a partnership, right? Sometimes when I may not be feeling the best, or Jamie may not be feeling the best, but once we start talking and get that, get our minds moving, we can say, hey, you know what? Let's focus on this, and we'll continue and move forward from that perspective. And I think a lot of it is mindset, but I think a lot of time is a lot of our collaboration, and also a lot of our team members also, because we all work together for that one goal, whether it's working with the buyer or the seller, to make sure that they go through the process, and at the end, they are happy with the sale or purchase of the property, and that we know that at that time they are setting, they're building their future with their families, and I think that is really what makes our job that encouraging, to know that these folks are people that are gonna build success, they're gonna build their families and so forth, and that they can continue as well. So if that happens, me and Jamie were very happy about it.
Teamwork, I like that. I notice you keep saying you and Jamie. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Teamwork is very important.
That is correct.
I think it's one of the key foundations to any successful organization.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the area of sports, no matter how you see a great athlete, there's
right.
also persons around that make him look great.
Yes.
Learn together, grow together.
Learn together, grow together. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to take a short break on Pathway to Success. We have Mr. Jimmy Tam here with us, Mr. Jaime Perez of EXP, and you're hearing from the best in the business, and they're so inspirational, and they're doing well. COVID-19 came across the world so suddenly. No one was prepared for it. But Mr. Jimmy Perez said they were prepared 10 years ago. Successful people plan ahead.
That's it.
Successful people always put something in place before a storm comes. We'll come right back to you with Pathway to Success.
Down for you what EXP is and how this agent-owned cloud brokerage is disrupting how real estate agents like you and me do business. You've probably heard the buzz about eXp Realty and its explosive growth. They're currently approaching 7,000 agents in the US and Canada and are growing at a pace of 250 agents per week. Let's unpack what makes a cloud-based brokerage disruptive in the first place. Now, you've probably heard of a little company called Netflix. They were a cloud-based company with no retail locations. Blockbuster was a $6 billion, 800-pound gorilla in the movie rental market. They were number one. The little company that called Netflix comes into the market and says, you know what? We don't need all these locations, all that overhead for employees and inventory and phones and office equipment, desks. And what most people don't know is that Jim Keyes, the CEO of Blockbuster at the time, was approached by Netflix with an opportunity to acquire them. And he turned down that opportunity. He was later quoted as saying, neither Redbox nor Netflix are even on the radar in terms of our competition. 5 years later, that $6 billion behemoth was bankrupt. Netflix now has a market cap of $95 billion. You've probably heard of another company called Airbnb. In 2007, in San Francisco, Brian Chesky and Joe Gebbia were having trouble paying the rent. They were looking for a way to make some extra cash. They noticed that all the hotel rooms in the city were booked. They bought a few airbeds and quickly put up their site, Air, Bed, and Breakfast. Today, Airbnb, a cloud-based company that owns no hotels and has over 3 million listings in 65,000 cities, is valued at $30 billion. And then, of course, there's Uber. In 2008, founder Travis Kalanick had trouble hailing a cab while in Paris, and they came up with an idea. Tap a button, get a ride. Uber is a cloud-based company that owns no cars. It is a platform that allows you to hail a ride with the touch of a button. Uber has dominated the transportation industry with a market cap of $51 billion. They also created an opportunity for people to make money driving for Uber. In many cases, these cloud-based companies create opportunity, which is also the case with EXP and its agents.
Welcome back to Pathway to Success. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Hunter, with Mr. Jimmy Tam and Mr. Jaime Perez from EXP Realty. And they're in the house, and we've been having a great time. So informative. Two very successful men. I want to say something. I just saved 100% on stress by switching to EXP Realty. I want you to do the same way. Do what I just did, and you'll be happy and laughing as we're laughing with these two very successful young men from EXP Realty. Tell me something. What are some of the greatest advantages of being in the real estate business? I think I've asked almost something similar to that. But what's one of the advantages of being in the real estate business for those who want to become a realtor or a broker?
For me personally, I find it very gratifying just helping people. I mean, I love the part that I get to help so many people. How about you, Jimmy?
I think in real estate, in terms of people that want to come into the business, I think it's more important for them to have a mentor. And I think me and Jamie, we've been working with a lot of realtors, and we've done, at least I think, we've done a good job as far as mentoring from that perspective.
Yes.
Because I think mentorship is probably the most important thing to have a realtor be successful from that perspective. Because there are so many avenues that a realtor can go into. And I think it's really having someone that can mentor them to help them answer questions and to guide them in the right direction. I think that's very important. But one thing also I think is very important is to have the right technology in place. I think nowadays technology is very important to be a successful realtor. Having a good customer relationship management system that can help us, myself and Jamie, to make sure that we are always updating the buyers, the sellers in terms of what's going on into the market. So I think technology plays a very vital role in how successful a realtor is. And I think it's very important nowadays.
So a realtor have to be tech savvy.
Tech savvy to a point.
Also, and mentorship.
Yes.
For anyone to grow into success or to become successful, they need mentors.
Absolutely.
Role models.
And if there's any watchers out there that are interested in getting into the real estate business, you can reach out to Jimmy and I personally, and we will be more than happy to have a conversation with you on what we can do and what we can provide for you to be a successful realtor, like right along our side.
I like that. As a matter of fact, your numbers is on the screen. You can call both Jimmy and Jamie. I like that.
And also, if you're local here in South Florida, we do a lot of local marketing, networking, and so forth and so on. We will be at next.
We're actually on July 27th. We're going to be at Walt's American Bar and Grill in Boca, and we're going to be there. And if anyone is interested, we'll be out there answering any questions about real estate or becoming a realtor. And we're definitely happy to meet people out there.
Yeah. Stop on by and say hi.
I'll just stop on by. I've been saying hi all the time since they've been here on the set. But I'll stop on by right there in my favorite place, yes. Boca Raton.
Yes.
Is it a Saturday? We don't know what day. Is it during the week with this event? You'll have that?
I know it's on July 27th.
I believe I want to say that's a Tuesday. I just want to double check. Yes.
Double check. That would be great. For those aspiring, because there's many persons, as you mentioned, mentorship is very important.
Yes.
And I think I spoke about being technology savvy. Also, but for those who have great inspiration to step into this business, what are some of the qualifications? How you direct them to get qualified? What are some of the qualifications that is needed?
Well, first and foremost, they have to be licensed realtors, right? You have to be a licensed realtor to show a property, to work with a buyer or seller. So the first thing is they do need to go to a real estate school and get their license.
How long is that? May I ask?
Sure. I think the first class is 63 hours. 63 hours that's conducted by state of Florida. Once they pass the school exam, then they go ahead and take the Florida State exam. Once they pass that, then they have their license. Then they can kind of follow, or they can put their license under any brokerage from that perspective. So that's really the pathway to real estate
Starting,
career.
yes.
Starting, yes.
I like that. Name one of the life-changing lessons that you have had since you've started in this industry.
Well, there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them in terms
or,
of.
or several on your journey to success?
I think for myself, in terms of anything that's life changing, is that you really have to understand, why you're doing it, right? In terms of your why, from that perspective, right? And I think all of us, we want betterment for our families, from that perspective, right? I came here to U.S. back in the 70s.
Where are you from?
Originally from Hong Kong.
You're from Hong Kong?
Yes.
That's a beautiful place.
So I came to U.S. in the 70s. My parents came here, and now we really want that our betterment for family from our perspective. So I think you have to kind of keep those goals in mind so they can continue to build from that perspective. And with anything is always hard work, determination, and like I mentioned earlier, we ourselves had good mentors that we still work with. And you gotta have, regardless of how successful you are, whether you're Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, they have mentors themselves as well. And I think that is really key in terms of building your foundation and then having success down the road.
So in every business that you do, especially in this business, you have to have a role model, one that is successful, one that has already tasted success and know how to get you to the path of success. And so that's why it's great to have a role model.
Yes.
Where do you both, because I love this, I keep seeing, is it Avatar?
The Avatar.
I'm serious. Rather than said, when you mentioned Avatar, I keep just picturing Avatar.
Yes.
Where do you both see yourself in the next 5 years? This company that you're a part of. Where? Because you've been involved in all over in different nations across the world. Even during COVID-19, you've been winning big.
Yes.
Is it a seller's market right now, or it's a buyer's? Which is it?
It's a seller's market, yes.
It's a seller's market right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's far much easier now for persons to get their properties sold.
Oh, quick.
Yes.
Quick. Multiple offers in a matter of hours. Days.
Matter of hours.
Or days, yes.
Days.
Yes.
Um,
Most properties are getting 20 plus offers on their homes in less than a week.
Really?
Yes.
That's great. That's amazing. I'm starting thinking about changing my career to step into. Will you both be my mentors?
Absolutely.
I'm starting thinking about changing what I do to come into the real estate business.
Yes.
It's really good business, and you both enjoy seeing people happy, and it's profitable also.
Absolutely. Not only we enjoy helping people buy and sell homes, we really enjoy helping people become good realtors.
That's good. That's
It's very
good.
satisfying to us.
Oh, that's for me. I'm taking that one with a hit right here today. But another question I would love to ask is this: moving forward, where do you see yourself, both of you, next 5 years in this business?
You want to answer? You want?
I think for myself, in terms of 5 years, we still want to continue to grow the company, number one.
Right, in this company, yes.
And like Jimmy and I had mentioned, so far we're in about 20 different countries outside the U.S., and we're looking at being in about 80 countries in the next maybe 5 to 7 years from our perspective. So from a company perspective, we're going to continue to grow, but we also want to grow locally as well from our perspective. We've been growing our teams locally here in the South Florida market, Miami-Dade County, Broward County, and West Palm Beach, and we're going to continue to grow that as well, and also throughout the U.S. So I think from a growth perspective, that's really what our vision is, number one. And right now we're just trying to, we're really growing at a very fast pace. So we're forecasting in the next, 4 to 5 years to continue that growth, and then we'll kind of see where we are at that time.
I like that. Have you both ever sell a property to any famous person? Like a famous, would it be a famous athlete, professional athlete, musician, or movie star?
No, I have not yet.
No, but I think, you know what, I mean, every buyer, right, every buyer is famous, right?
Yeah,
From our perspective, right? Every buyer is
Oh my
famous.
God!
He
has the word. You should be a politician. Oh no! I just remembered. You studied politics.
Yes, I have my political science degree.
No, I recognize why he's so quick to have an answer to all the and he has the right things to say, Jamie.
Always.
Both of you.
Always he does.
I know you both work for EXP, but I'm wondering if you both have ever thought about going to politics one of these days. But that would be a different story.
Yes,
That would be a different interview.
Yes.
But you've never, I mean, within the industry, I'm sure you've met a lot of interesting people.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sure that you've been gratified seeing people owning their own homes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But have you ever gone into a deal that went sour?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
How do you angle that as two experts in the field?
Well, I'll tell you this though. Yes, we want to, yes, we have seen a lot of success in terms of people going through the process, either buying a property or selling a property. But we've also seen people that may either have lost their home or about to lose their home from our perspective. I think a lot of times is having conversations with them, and we want to make sure that we're doing what we can to help that individual either one way or another from our perspective, right? And sometimes it is challenging because everyone is coming from different angles, especially during COVID. During COVID, of course, you have a lot of people that may either lost or about having to lose a home. So we want to make sure that we help them as much as possible. One of the programs that we have within our organization is really to purchase that home for cash, and that way if they have equity in the home, we can purchase the property, and then that they don't lose it to the bank from our perspective. So there's a lot of programs that we do on our side that we try to help the homeowner, number one. So again, every person is in a different situation, and yes, we have had opportunities to help folks, whether they are buying and selling. But at the same time, there are folks that we also try to help that may be in the not less of a fortunate situation.
Right. So you have a program for someone.
To feed off of Jimmy, what Jimmy's explaining.
Yeah.
So we have amazing opportunities inside of EXP, great systems in place to where we can help all types of people. So if there is somebody out there that is in jeopardy of losing their home because they haven't worked since the beginning of the pandemic, we have a system called iBuyer. We are the only brokerage company in the world that has an iBuyer program fixed inside the brokerage. So how the iBuyer program works, we have investors in a handful of investors in any given area across the U.S. and other countries. And these investors will come in and offer you cash within 24 hours. They will offer you a cash offer on your property, and we can close in as little as 10 days to save you from that foreclosure.
I like that. That's great. So your company has greater advantages over many of the realtors company out there.
There's no comparison.
There's no comparison. You're
no
virtual.
comparison.
You have this type of program that you just mentioned a while ago.
Absolutely.
I hope everybody's watching will really decide that they would really work with your EXP, Mr. Jimmy Perez and Mr. Jimmy Tam, because you both have the best in the business right now.
Absolutely.
That's offering historic business. Only virtual realtor company in the entire world. Who's the head of this corporation?
Glenn Stanford. He is the president and the founder of EXP.
Great. This is so inspirational. It's mind-blowing.
Yes.
It's mind-blowing. And I like the part you were telling me about if a person's about to lose their home. I love that. Any other programs that people can tap into?
Well, as far as becoming a realtor, we have several opportunities and what we call multiple income streams, which is unheard of in any brokerage.
Really?
So in a typical brokerage, you have one way to make money, and that's to sell a house,
Yes.
or work with buyers or sellers. That's the only way you're going to make money. You don't sell, you don't eat. You want to lose some weight? Become a realtor and go to work from one of those brokerages. You won't eat for a very long time. with EXP,
Really,
we have several different income streams,
Yes.
and one of which is passive. So how this passive income stream works is you help build the organization like Jimmy and I do, and by building our own teams and helping realtors become successful, and we get a residual income off of that, each realtor that we bring on to the company and sponsor into the company.
I like that. But that's good.
We also have a stock reward program. No
Stock reward
No other
program.
brokerage has a stock reward program. No one. This is the only company in the world that has a stock program for their agents. So our agents are actually owners of the company. And you get stock rewards by simply hitting simple milestones in the company. So for example, Jimmy joined the company 2 weeks before I did. I had some other stuff going on that I had to take care of, so he came in first, he brought me on. So when he brought me on, I closed my first deal, he gets $200 worth of stocks in the companies. And we're traded on the NASDAQ, by the way.
We're a public traded company, yes.
Public traded company.
I need to speak them off air to see if I can get in on the stock.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You speak them off.
I encourage everybody to.
I want to encourage everybody to get it. And the numbers are on the screen: 954-300-3920 and 954-815-2114. And you can reach out to Jamie Perez or Mr. Jimmy Tam for your real estate needs.
Absolutely.
I'm loving this. This company is off the chain.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Everything is in place. Everything is thought of.
Yes.
And they have two very, very great assets. I'll say
Thank
that
you.
to the CEO of the EXP Corporation, that you both are great assets
Thank you.
to that corporation.
Thank you.
You have enlightened us this evening. You have really inspired us to the next level. And what? Now, nobody want to give out any secret formula, but what is one of this formula that you both use? I know teamwork is one.
Yes.
That you both use to ensure success, being a part of this great corporation.
Well, one of the platforms that is offered to us as being EXP agents is a system called KV Core, and it's changed our business dramatically. The intelligence that is built in the CRM system, it has artificial communication. So right now, as I'm sitting here talking to you, my system is talking and communicating with my future customers.
Really?
And keep texting them emails, sending them properties that they might be interested in. And so
Wow.
forth. Yes.
That's what we talked about before, is the technology aspect of it.
Yes.
Right? So Jamie was talking about more the artificial intelligence, and that's key, that's built into our business from that perspective. And outside of, again, the technology aspect of it, I think it's probably the most important thing that any realtor can have.
Absolutely.
And for us, we have a system in place that helps us build more business and continue from there.
That's amazing. You've heard from the best. I've never heard this before. I almost thought that I was in space, lost in space. I did this interview with both of you, and when you told me about a virtual real estate business,
Yes.
and what you have in place, I was just imagining myself in space. I didn't thought that anything like that was on the planet Earth.
Yes.
But you both have brought the realtor business to the next level.
Yes.
EXP have done it. I'm telling
Absolutely.
you.
Yes.
To the next level.
Yes.
This is a great inspirational business that you have right here, and it's a winning one.
Yes. EXP is actually known as the Amazon of real estate.
The Amazon of real estate.
Yes, sir.
That's powerful. The show stock just went up. Pathway to success. The stocks just went higher and higher and higher. We're having a great time on the set here this evening with Mr. Jamie Perez and Mr. Tammy Tam. You, as a matter of fact, you came from Hong Kong. You're an immigrant like myself. You're born here.
Yes, yes. My father's an immigrant. My father's from Cuba. I was born and raised.
Really?
Yes.
Hello, neighbor. That's 90 miles away from Jamaica.
You fly right over Cuba to get to Jamaica.
Jamaica, yeah, that's what I'm
I remember seeing
saying.
the island as I was landing in Jamaica.
But so you both are, your parents are immigrants, or you came as an immigrant. Your parents are not immigrant, right? You came as a...
No, my parents came
As an immigrant.
Yes.
And your parents came as an immigrant.
My father, yes.
My father did the same thing. So we're literally almost everyone on the stage is almost immigrants. That's amazing. But you have came here and you both have worked hard. and have succeed.
Absolutely.
And you have the best, I think it's the best realty company I've ever heard about. I've interviewed several persons, but I've never interviewed anyone like you both that has really brought the real estate business to a level that is outside of the universe, outside of the Earth, planet Earth.
Yes.
Well, one thing I was going to mention is when we talk about virtual, I think to give you a better context.
Yes, give me a better context.
In terms of what that is,
Yeah.
is 10 years ago, if you were to want to buy if you want to rent a video,
Yeah.
what do?
Yes.
You go to like Blockbuster,
Blockbuster.
Hollywood Video.
Right.
You watch it, you return it. So now what do you have? You have streaming, you have Netflix, right? So think about that way, how our real estate is, our platform. In the past, you would go to a brick and mortar real estate office to talk to somebody. Now we're virtual, right? So in that context, you can see how 10 years ago, everything is brick and mortar. Now everything is virtual. So for us, that really expands our global reach from that perspective, because we're not confined to our office. We are nationally, internationally, and we're going to continue to grow. So that's really where our practice is.
And you're winning, because this is the way to go. With all this COVID-19 that just came in, this is the way to go. I would be surprised if your company, I could stay right at my home and I got a virtual tour. You're right,
Yes,
of the home that I want to buy without
Absolutely.
even stepping on the property.
Yep.
I would be surprised. I'm sure you all do that, right?
Yes.
You'd be surprised how often.
Oh, often.
Yes.
Because people are sometimes want to be relaxed.
I'm
at their
working
own-
with a customer from New York right now. We went in a contract yesterday on a condo in Fort Lauderdale. He hasn't even seen it yet.
Oh, I like that.
I
In
went to the property with my phone. We took some video, did a live shot on Facebook, and posted it on Instagram. They saw it through that, and they loved the place. And here
It's
we are.
not the same condo that collapsed in.
No.
No,
No,
just kidding.
no.
Just kidding. I had to come in with that one.
No,
But that's great. They have not come physically.
No.
Now you have heard that. Not come physically
No.
in Florida to
This happens all the time.
and it's on contract now.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
And I think what it is we're meeting the demands of the buyer,
Yeah.
Yes.
right? If the buyer wants, in this type of scenario, virtually, then that's what we provide. So we're not restricted to one set of ideals from that perspective. So we want to make sure that the buying process is streamlined from A to Z. So that's how that kind of works out.
I like that.
Wow.
Wow.
And the virtual part of it opens up so many doors, even for our company and our agents inside the company. This is how they're able to build that passive income stream. We don't have all those fancy offices, and we don't have those expenses of copiers and secretaries and phone equipment and fancy offices and furniture and so forth and so on. So the company EXP itself is a lot more profitable because they don't have those expenses.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is why they're able to take, you ready for this? 50% of their income, not of the profit, 50% of their income, and share it back with the agents that are helping the company grow.
Oh, I love that. There are several persons in the studio audience that's watching right now. I'm sure that they're going to just come to you both to start mentoring them and become a part of this. This is amazing.
Yes, yes, sir.
Amazing winning formula that EXP have. Realty.
Yes, yes.
And I'm so proud of you both, because you both are such great assets
Thank you.
to this great organization. We've just been to school, we've just been inspired by the best in the business, Mr. Jaime Perez and Mr. Jimmy Tam. They've just inspired us to the next level. They've brought us down a virtual reality. Virtual reality of the new things and of things that something new, something different, but something that's more better. Something that is going to bring the world. This is where the world is going right now.
Yes.
This is where the world is going, virtual. And I like your company because you said something earlier on. When you most realtor company, when you sell, that's when you eat.
Yes.
But this company, EXP, you're in. You become also a part of the. You become a owner also,
Yes,
part
yes,
ownership.
yes.
I like that.
Yes, absolutely.
That is great.
It's like Warren Buffett said, if you can't make money when you're sleeping, you're doing something wrong.
I love that. I love that. I love that. And you're all over in the United States of America now, right? You're
Yes,
in different
yes.
states, and you're in several nations across the world.
Yes.
Well, you have heard it from the best in the real estate business. Mr. Tam and Mr.
Jimmy Tam.
Sorry.
No problem.
Jimmy Tam and Mr. Jaime Perez. They have just brought us to a new world, a new reality, and I want to tap into that. If you'd like to contact them, their numbers is right there. It's going across the screen. 954-303-3920 or 954-815-2114. Reach out to them. And if you have an interest also in becoming a realtor, why not join up with EXP, the best. They're the best in the business. They're the best mentors to have also. I've been truly inspired today. I want to thank you both.
No, I appreciate it. Thank
For
you
coming
very much.
in. Oh my God, what a
Thank
firm
you.
arm shake. Thank you. I thought I was shaking the former president's hand. I want to thank you both. I want to thank you both for coming in. And the owner really has two great assets.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Working with EXP, and it's going to get better and better.
Absolutely.
What can I say? It's very important that we know this. I always want to say something before I leave. Surround yourself with people who are positive. Surround yourself with people who have a solution to your problems. Always remember, you will always win. If you think positive and you work hard enough, you'll come out on top. Have a great evening, a great week also.